What is good, YouTube? IZREAL the Barber here, back at it with another video. In today's video, we're going over a mid fade. So we're gonna go straight into it. Go ahead, sit in that ball line with your trimmers. Trimmers I'm using is the Gold FX with the DLC 2.0 blade. It's pretty good blade. This is my my ball line trimmers. Like, these ain't my actual lineup trimmers. I have two sets, so I keep these for taking out that ball line, taking out all the hair from the bottom, and the other one I use for my lineups. But we're gonna go ahead, just take out all that hair from the bottom. And we're not digging into the scalp with them. We're just letting the trimmer do its thing. Next step, you're gonna grab your shavers. These are my Stylecraft shavers, and I'm just going up all the way to like about ½ inch, leaving a gap in between. Because if you go up all the way to the hair, it's gonna make a hard guideline to get off. So you don't wanna go up too hard. Next, I'm going in with my lever open, about ½ inch guideline, and we're just flicking out at the top, setting this guideline all the way around. Next, I got my one guard open, and we're going up ½ inch as well on this guideline, flicking out at the top. Next, I grab my trimmers, and then just to attack that bottom line, that ball line, I'm just going up a little bit, just flicking it out. Because when you're going with your trimmer sitting in that guideline, it's hard to come off. So next, I'm going in with my lever closed, and I'm just flicking up as I go, and then opening up that lever slowly but surely each time I attack that guideline. See how I'm using the corner of the clipper? You want to always use the corner of the clipper. That is key for getting these fades right. You don't want to use the full blade, because when you use the full blade, it cuts off too much and it just doesn't blend right. We open up that lever a little bit more, and now we're going up a little bit more. Next, I got my one guard closed, and I'm just flicking out, just making it less dark on that line, and we're just flicking out slowly. Seeing a little bit of more dark spots, so I had to hit it a little bit more. And now it's that open. So you want to go from closed to open, from the bottom of the line, and then opening it up slowly, each lever. So I usually hit it with my one guard first, and afterwards I go in with my 0 guard, just to make the transition of the blade the blend a little bit better. Then next, I put my 2 guard on, and I'm just flicking out with it closed at that top of that line. Just making that blend transition way better, slowly but surely, and it's coming along very nice. Next, I did shears over comb, I'm sorry. But yeah, so we use the shears just to take out all that excess hair and make this transition a lot better. All right, so next I got my 2 guard open. I'm just going over the work, man. You wanna always make sure you're going over your work. You know, you're not gonna get it right the first time. Good barbers always go over their work and put in that detail work. That detail work is key to being a good barber. Definitely. So take the extra step, the extra minute or two, just look over it. Now we're gonna move on to the back with the trimmers. We're gonna take that line out slowly but surely. Then we're gonna go ahead with our lever closed, flicking out with each motion. Got the Laker game on in the back. Me and my boy just chilling, man. Then I open up that lever a little bit. So from there, you want to open it up full. See how I'm just kind of digging into the scalp just a little bit and flicking out each motion. Next, I got that zero guard on. Zero guard lever closed. We're just flicking out. Keep that same motion with your clippers. Same motion, all in the wrist, bro. It's all in the flick of the wrist, man. All in the flick of the wrist. See a little bit of dark spots over there. The back is I noticed the back is the longest to fade, so always take your time with the back. It's not gonna come along like the first time. The back is just weird. I noticed in my journey of being a barber, it takes some time with that back to really look right, transition right. So, but the blend's gonna come. You gotta just be patient with your steps and keep following your system. Each barber has their own system. I recommend you try different type of systems that work best for you, and you incorporate it in your own way. Next, I got my 2-guard closed. Yep, 2-guard closed. We're just flicking out at the top. You see how I'm getting all those, longer hairs at the top? I'm just flicking out at the top, so the transition will become a lot better. Next, of course, use your shears and then that comb, shear over comb, or however you say it. I don't know the actual terminology, but comb over shears or something. But yeah, that's a great technique, especially for straight hair. I love using the shears. Now for coarse hair, I'm usually using like the clipper over comb method. Next, I'm just attacking that bottom line again. I see it wasn't as faded as good as it should be, so I'm just going over it again. Raising the fade up just a little bit more, making sure this transition right, man. You want to always make sure those blends is right. Next, I got the lever halfway open. And it's coming along way better now. It was looking a little weird at first, so and ain't nothing wrong with that. As barbers, it's always good to go over your work, make sure your work is legit. Next, I got that zero guard on. I'm just raising this fade up a little bit more, and it's coming out real blurry, man. Thing blurry. Yes, sir. All right, so next we're gonna go to the lineup process. Just dusting all the hair off of him. Then next, I like to use the alcohol first, just to get all those oils off their skin, all that dirt off their skin. The lineup comes out a lot better, I notice, when you do this extra step. Next, I put on my spritz. And from there, go ahead with the blow dryer and blow dry the hair. Make sure it's all dry. Take about a minute or two, and I'm just going in with my silver FX2s. Keep it natural, nice and natural. The lineup nice and natural. Got a brain fart there, some shit. But we just keep it nice and natural. He was trying to push him back for real. He wanted to keep it as nice and clean as possible, but with no pushback. You don't want to push back your clients to get a clean lineup. I don't see the point of that. I'd rather keep the lineup natural as possible instead of trying to push someone back. I'm going with their natural lineup of what they give me. Unless they want me to try to make it straight, as a barber, I don't recommend that. I recommend to always keep that lineup natural as possible. Next, we're going ahead with my verticals. Now, with the verticals, you always want to go in with a 90-degree angle and make sure that angle is nice and crisp. And you have those corners as nice and crisp as possible at a 90-degree angle. And what you do to one side, you do to the other. So when I do the left side, I do to the right side. Same with the lineup in the front. I start from the middle, work my way to the left, and I work my way to the right. Next, I'm going in with my cordless airbrush on my Tune 45 spray. I got the black brown. It looks the most natural to me instead of the black, so I'm just spraying it on his lineup. just adding an extra color to his line though. I'm not trying to make another line with this. I'm actually coloring the hair pretty much. It's a color enhancement. It's not a lineup enhancement. A lot of people get it twisted and think, oh, you could use it to make another lineup. Nah, this isn't to make a lineup. It's to add color to the line itself. Next, I'm going in with my white color pencil, my Barber pencil. This is setting another transition for the lineup to pop out just a little bit more, you know. It's a contour line. It's the contour itself with the skin and the actual hair itself. Then I got my Slimline Pros, and I'm just blending out this line. Next with my Turkish razor, we're just gonna go ahead and attack this lineup a little bit more, get it a little more crisp with that razor. Now, make sure with the razor, you're always pulling that skin. Pulling the skin apart, you know, keeping the skin nice and still. You don't want skin moving or none of that, or you don't want the skin loose. You wanna make sure you always pull the skin out before you go ahead and go with your razor. And don't drag the razor. You see how I'm doing it in the motion where I'm kind of like etching it. I'm not really trying to drag and dig and then I'm just letting the razor do its thing. You want to be real light-handed with this. You don't want to be a heavy-handed person try to raise someone up. I'm telling you. And you know, it's the before, man. See how we coming? Boom. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe on this video, man. More content coming for sure.